Good morning, dear students. So in the last class we completed to derive the equation for resistors in series and resistors in parallel, and everyone learned along with the diagram, and you know how to differentiate between series connection and parallel connection, right? So in today's class now we'll begin with by discussing a difference between series and parallel and advantages and disadvantages by comparing series and parallel connection. Later we'll solve problems with respect to series and parallel formula. Clear? So first let us see the difference between series and parallel connection. You need to recall the diagram. So the first difference is here for the flow of current we have only one path, right? So look at the diagram, that is how the resistors are connected. Resistors are connected one into another, right? Whereas here in the parallel they will be connected in between two terminals, right? So here for the flow of current we will have only one direction, that is only one path. So here we'll get in a different way. And in the second point under the differences we can differentiate with respect to current and voltage, that is potential difference. So here current will be constant, where in series connection, and potential difference will vary, whereas here potential difference will be constant and current will vary. So these are the three main differences between series and parallel. So after that we'll see about advantage and disadvantages. Now just imagine the series connection. So series connection, the resistors are connected end to end. That means connection is easy now. When compared to parallel, series connection, the circuit connection is easy. And here since the current will flow followed by one another resistance. That means here if I have resistor 1 and here if I have resistor 2, what happens? Current will flow first here, then only it will move to the resistor 2, no? So the heating of the device and all will be low when compared to the parallel, and connection is easy. And here due to this technique we can avoid short circuit and damaging the electrical appliances. So it is one of the advantages of series connection, but at the same time it has one huge disadvantage. What is that? The major disadvantage is, suppose if the first resistor breaks, then do you think the current will pass to the next resistor? No. If one resistor is fused, there is no possibilities for the flow of current in the circuit. So this is a major disadvantage of the series connection. And at the same time, as the number of component increasing in series, so when we increase the number of components in the circuit, resistance will increase. And we already know what happens to the current when resistance increase. Current will decrease. So here in the series connection, as component increases, resistance will also increase and current will decrease. So this is another disadvantage of series connection. Now we'll go back to the next one. What is that? Parallel connection. So we have major advantage in parallel connection. So here we have resistor 1, here we have resistor 2, here we have resistor 3, and all of them are connected to between two terminals. If one resistor fails, then it's not a problem because the current will flow with the rest of the resistors, and each devices will have, since voltage is constant in the parallel, what happen? Each devices will get equal amount of voltage. So this is advantage of parallel connection. Now what about disadvantage? Since one thing we can say that when comparatively to series connection, this is a little difficult comparatively, because here we need to connect a lot of wires in between two terminals. And next is what? So the next one is, since we have more resistors which can flow differently in each and every resistor, the power consumption will be more, at the same time cost will be more. So this we can list under the disadvantage. Otherwise the major advantage is what you will get in your exam. They will always ask What is the advantage of connecting resistors in parallel than in series or vice versa? So you need to prepare for this 1 mark or 2 mark give reason question from this topic. So as I told, we completed about resistor combination, that is series and parallel. Now we will solve some of the problems which are there in the textbook. So first we will solve in text question given in the page 107. Okay, so here we have two questions. Look at this question. So as I told, now you know how to write circuit diagram with the given components. So they will give the components and they will mention whether the resistors are in series or parallel, or the number of resistors in series or in parallel. So based on the given data, you need to construct a circuit diagram. So here we have one question, a simple question. Read the question. So here we have, draw a schematic diagram of a circuit consisting of a battery of 3 cells of 2 volt each, a 5 ohm resistor and an 8 ohm resistor and 12 ohm resistor and a plug key, and all are connected in series. So in the question they are given a component such as battery and they are given 3 resistors with 5, 8 and 12 ohm, and they are mentioning that it is connected in series, and next they are mentioning plug key. So using these components we need to draw the circuit diagram. So let me write here. So the basic, now listen, see, a cell, this is called cell now, this is a cell. Combination of these cells are called as battery. So here they have mentioned battery and 3 cells. So let us draw 3 cells. So see here, I draw 3 cells and they are mentioning that each cell is 2 volt. That means 2 plus 2 plus 2. How much? This battery is of 6 volt. Okay. So now we'll start connecting. So they are mentioning what? Plug key. So we completed this one also. And next, how many resistors are there mentioned? They are given 3 resistors and series. So all the 3 resistors are connected end to end. So we need to draw 3 resistors which are connected end to end. So let us name it as R1, R2, R3 and give their numbers. It is 5 ohm, 8 ohm and 12 ohm. Is it enough? No, we need to show the flow of current. So current will flow from positive terminal and indicate as I. So it will come back to the negative terminal. So this is how you will get for 2 marks question. Now listen, you will get this question for 2 marks. They will ask the tabular column, that is symbols along with the name. That is for 2 marks, that means off marks for each, 4. If 1 marks, they will ask only 2. They will mention the name, you need to write the symbol. Suppose if they ask battery, you need to write this one, key and the key. And they will mention whether it is closed or not. You need to write this one. And resistor, resistor, so many things we have, right? Voltmeter and ammeter. So all those things you will get for 1 marks or 2 marks. If not, if they won't ask that question, and here you have, that is what? Given data, and they will ask you to draw a circuit diagram. Now if you want, you can write the ammeter if you want in series. If not, it is not necessary. They mentioned only 3 things in a series and we wrote this one. Clear? So this is the answer for your first question. Now look at the second question. So in the second question it is nothing but again continuation of the same thing. So read the question there. Redraw the circuit of question number 1. That means we need to draw the same circuit what they are given data in the first question. So next they are asking us to putting in an ammeter to measure the current. So here they are asking us to insert ammeter. So ammeter can be inserted anywhere in series. So ammeter A, so positive side will connect to the positive side and this is negative side of ammeter. And what they are mentioning, so after that they are asking us voltmeter to measure the potential difference across the 12 ohm resistor. That means we need to connect voltmeter here, and you already know that voltmeter should be connected in parallel. Why it should be connected in parallel? What is voltmeter shows? It shows potential difference value. No, potential difference means it should give the difference between 2 points. So we need to connect between 2 terminals here. So, and here they are mentioning it should be connected at R3, that is 12 ohm. Now let us connect between these 2 terminals. So here we have voltmeter. As given in the data, we need to write the question and the terms, components. So positive end of the battery will connect to the positive side of voltmeter and negative will be connected to the negative side of the voltmeter. So we constructed the circuit diagram for the second question. And next what they are asking us to find ammeter and voltmeter reading. So we need to find ammeter reading. Ammeter reading shows what? So this is the second question after completing the first one. So ammeter shows what? Ammeter gives current value now. So we need to find out I, and they are asking us to find the potential difference at R3, that is in between this one. And you already know current is same, right, in the series, and which one is different? That is potential difference. So we need to find out V at R3. So here V at R3 we need to find out. And what is the relevant formula for this question? From Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. We need to find the current, that will become I is equal to V by R. And do we have R here to find the current? We have 3 R's. That means we need to find out R, that is total resistance with series formula. So here they are connected in series. That means what is the series formula? Rs is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. And what is R1? 5 plus 8 plus 12. So here we need to add all the 3 things, and how much we'll get? See, here we got 25 ohm. So this is, we need to write in the denominator 25 ohm. Now what is V? V we need to find out potential difference at R3. But here we have V. What is this? Voltage. Are they given in the question? Yes, they are given in the question. What is that? 3 cells of 2 volt each. That means 6 volt. So V they are given in the question. That is nothing but 6 voltage. Yeah. Now calculate this one. 6 divided by 25. How much you will get? 0.24. And what is the unit? Here you wrote ohm, and unit for current is ammeter. Now you got 2 answers. So you got only one main answer. We found this RS because we need to find out total current in the circuit. What was the next question? We need to find out V at R3. I will rub this one. So you need to pass and you need to calculate on your own. Okay. So here only this one I will rub. So the next thing is we need to find out potential difference at R3. That is, they are mentioning a 12 ohm. So the same formula we can take as V is equal to IR3. And V is equal to, what is I? Here we have 25 into R3. What is R3? 12. And so it's not 25. Here we have 0.24. So this is 0.24 current. So this is total resistance. So after this only we found this one now. So the current is 0.24 and the resistance R3 is what? 12. And calculate and see, you will get answer 2.88. And what is the SI unit? It is nothing but again voltage. So this is how you need to solve. So always in series and parallel problem, you need to start from the Ohm's law only. Then based on the question, you need to analyze and you need to modify the formulas. So this is the answer for second question. Now let us move to the next example problem under series. To read the next question. An electric lamp whose resistance is 20 ohm and a conductor of 4 ohm. That means they are given 2 resistor values here. Okay, 20 and 4 ohm. Are connected to a 6 volt battery. calculate, they are given 3 sub-question, calculate the total resistance of the circuit and the current through the circuit and the potential difference across the electric lamp and conductor. So pause the video and reread the question. They are given the circuit diagram in the question only. Write the circuit diagram and look at the circuit diagram. Here we have 4 ohm resistor and another one is 20 ohm resistor. So here let us name it as R1 and R2. It is up to you. Either you can take this as R1 and this as R2. Based on your numbering, you need to calculate. Clear? So, and here we have 6 volt battery which they are mentioned, and here we have ammeter and plug key. And circuit diagram you need to write. So later on they are given 2 R values in the question only. So based on the naming, R1 I took it as 4 ohm and R2 as 20 ohm. And potential difference, voltage is nothing but 6 ohm, and here we have 3 sub question. So look at the first question. What is the first question? They are asking us to find out, calculate the total resistance. So we need to calculate total resistance. So how many resistors do we have here? 3 resistors, no? So how to calculate total resistors? With the resistance formula for series. So here R1 and R2 are connected end to end. That means it is connected in series, right? Now what is the formula? Rs is equal to R1 plus R2. So 4 plus 20 gives 20 ohm. This is our first answer. Total resistance. Clear? So next one, B. So read the what is given in the B. So they are given the current through the circuit. That means we need to calculate I. Now, as usual, which formula we need to choose? That is V is equal to IR, and I will become I is equal to V by R. And what is V? V given in the question here 6, and R just now we found 20, and you need to calculate what is the answer we will get when 6 divided by 24. So here we will get 0.2425 answer, and the SI unit of current is ampere. So this is a second answer. Now look at the third question. What they are asking? They are asking us to find potential difference at each resistor. That means in the third question only we have 2 sub questions. They are asking us to find out potential difference at R1 at the same time at R2. So here question number C, how to find out potential difference with the same formula, right? V is equal to I R1. Let us take, since they are asking to find out at R1 and R2, let us make the first formula as R1 and the next formula as V is equal to I into R2. Clear? So substitute everything. What is I? Here only we have 0.25 into R1. So 4 ohm, and here I is 0.25 into R2, 20 ohm, and calculate and see how much we'll get when we calculate I into R1. So here we'll get 1 voltage, V only again SI unit, and here so 0.25 into 20 times, here we will get 5 volt. So this is an important question, okay? You need to solve step by step. So this is a example 12.7 under the series. So next we'll solve example questions under parallel. So here this next question is almost similar to the derivation of resistors, equivalent resistors in parallel. How we derive the derivation in the similar way. Here they are given one question. So let us see how to solve this one. Example 12.8. So here the question is in the circuit diagram given in figure 12.10. So go turn back your pages and see what is the diagram there in 12.10. That is nothing but the diagram which we use to derive the derivation for parallel. So you need to draw that diagram, okay? So draw the diagram, and they are given that the resistor R1, R2, R3 with the values 5, 10, 30 ohm which are connected in parallel with the battery 12 ohm, and they are asking us to calculate 3 points, that is current through each resistor, the total current in the circuit, and the total circuit resistance. So this is the diagram which you need to write. So everything is connected. So let us name all the 3 resistors as R1, R2 and R3, and the values they are given. R1 is what? 5 ohm, 10 ohm, 30 ohm, and V is what? 12 ohm. See, listen, whenever you are solving a numerical problem, if we have a diagram that you need to draw properly using with a scale, and the first and most thing is you need to write the heading as given, and what and all they mentioned in the question you need to write that one, and what and all we need to find out, mark that and write, okay, ABCD write, and what you need to find out, write that one also. So it will be easy for you to calculate the answers without any confusion. So you need to do step by step. So here first step, so A, they are asking us to find out the current through each resistor. We need to find out current in each resistor. So this is parallel, that means current will be different in each and every resistor, right? So if it is R1, let us take the current there as I1. So we need to find out I1, I2 and I3. Okay, so what is the formula? Same thing, that is nothing but Ohm's law. V is equal to IR. So modify this one, we will get I is equal to V by R. So based on the question, let us just alter the formula. That will name it as I1, let us name it as R1. As I told, it is similar to derivation, right? So V will be constant, so let us keep it as V. And for each resistor we have a name R1 and R2, R3. And for each resistor we have current as I1, I2, I3. So I1, next is I3, that is V by R3, and here V by R4. Clear? So next step, V by R1. What is V? So here we have 12 divided by, what is R1? 5. So next is what? 12 divided by 10, 12 divided by 30. So calculate and see how much you will get. So here we will get 2.4 and 1.2, and in the last case here we will get 0.4, and this is incomplete without a SI unit. The SI unit of current is what? Ampere. So this is what? First question. So first question says that is question number A in 12.8. We need to calculate current in each resistors, and here we have answer. Now what was the second question? B. So the second question is the total current in the circuit. So now we got three values of current. So what will be the total current? I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So add all the three, that is 2.4, 1.2 and 0.4, and see how much you will get. So after adding each and everything, you will get 4 ampere. So this is the answer for B. Now go back to the question and see what they are asking at last. They are asking the total circuit resistance. Now we need to find out total resistance. So earlier it was easy in the series, right? Just we need to add all the resistors. So here, since it is there in parallel, we need to use the parallel formula. So I'll write this one. So for C, we need to find out total resistance, and formula of resistors in parallel is what? 1 by R1. Since we have three resistors, let us take it as R1, R2 and R3. So write down R1 is how much? 5, and R2 is how much? 10. The next R3 is 30. So here you need to take LCM. Take the LCM here. How much you will get? 30. LCM and all you know, right? 5, 10, 30. So 5 ones are 2s are 3s are 5 2s are 10, 10 3s are 30, and that will be in your denominator. And you have a different method, you can use anything you want, and we need to multiply to this number so that we should get this LCM as answer. So 5 into which number we need to multiply so that we get 30. That is nothing but 5 6 are 30, 10 3s are 30, and 30 1s are 30. 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 1, 10. 10 by 30 is what? RP value, that is resistors in parallel. So here we have one important point which you need to remember. So it is in the form of 1 by RP. So you need to reciprocal this one to get RP value. So what you need to do? RP will become 30 by 10 when you reciprocal this one, right? So to get RP value, you need to reciprocal this one. So 30 by 10. So many of you will end here only will write the answer, which is wrong, because without reciprocaling, you won't get RP value. Okay. So what is the answer? 3. And what is the unit for resistor? Ohm. So this is the answer for third question. So almost it is like how we derived parallel derivation, right? So first we found out current for each resistor, then total current, then total resistance. Now let us move to the next example problem. So the next example problem 12.9. So read the question. So here they are given circuit diagram. So first you need to concentrate on circuit diagram, okay? So see, they are given 5 different R's with different values which are connected in parallel with a battery 12 ohm. So the given data has been written on the question and they are asking us to find out, calculate the total resistance in the circuit and total current. So this is the question. Diagram I wrote here, everyone use a scale and write, okay? Now listen here, they are not connected resistors all 5 together in parallel. So we have 2 different parts. So we need to calculate in 2 different parts because we have in between other components, okay? Then we need to take sum of these 2 values as an answer. So the first thing, they are given R1 as 10 ohm and here we have R2 as 40 ohm and this R3 as 30 and here 20 and 60 ohm. So based on the question you need to write here only which one is the values for each and every resistors. Now the first along with the battery, that is 12 volt. Now listen here. The question number A, we need to calculate total resistance, that is nothing but using the parallel formula we need to calculate. So let us start. 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1. Formula is must and should because it contains marks. Directly don't go with the substitution. So the formula Rp 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Can I write 1 by R3 plus 1 by R4 and 1 by R5 here only? No, as I told, they are given the resistors, the connection of resistors in parallel in 2 phases. That means here we have off of the portion and here we have. That means first we need to calculate for this section, then we need to calculate for this section, then we need to add both the values to get total resistance value. If we do not have any components such as battery and ammeter in between the resistors, then we can take completely altogether R1 to R5, okay? So first let us go with this formula. So what is R1? So this one 10 and R2 is 40. So remember, always you need to write the formula first which contain marks, then only you should go with substitution, and each and everything you need to write step by step. So here 40, 10 4s are 1s are, how much you will get? 5 by 40. So what is the next step? Reciprocal. So Rp equals 40 divided by 5. So 8 ohm is the answer for first half part. Next what we have? So I'll just mark it as 1 so that it indicates off of the part. So here Rp2 1 by R3 plus 1 by 4 and 1 by R5. So what is the values? 30, 20, 60. 30, 20, 60 and take LCM. So I'll write this part here. So how much you will get? 60 you will get. 30 2s are 20 3s are 61s are 2 plus 3 5 plus 1 6 by 60. So next step, reciprocal. So Rp equals to 60 by 6 1s are 6 10s are. So 10 ohm is a answer for second part. Now how to calculate total resistance? So till now you understood, right? So let me rub this part. So now the formula is what? Rp is equal to Rp the first half and Rp of the second half. So what was the first answer? From these two resistors, that was 8 and here we got 10. So total 18 ohm is the total resistance in the given circuit. Clear? Now this is the answer for A. Now next what we have? B. So B is what? To calculate total current, and the formula here we go with Ohm's law. V is equal to IR. So what we need to find out? I only, right? I is equal to V by R. So what is V? Here they are given 12 divided by total resistance. So what is the total resistance we got? We got 18. Now calculate 12 by 18. How much we'll get? 0.667 something we'll get here, and the SI unit is ampere. So this is your answer. See, just by looking at the question it looks complicated, but once you analyze the question, when you start doing, the answers are very simple. The thing is, you should not miss any calculation while you are doing LCM or simple multiplication or addition or multiplication. So after doing, once again cross check whether you are written, whether you are calculated properly. Okay, so these are the example and in-text question from series and parallel. So next class let us solve few more in-text question from this same part, that is nothing but series and parallel.